Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So we've got a busy day today. We've been waiting on some nice weather to start getting equipment out and getting things ready, and it just hasn't really come yet. It's been cold and rainy and just not very nice. So today's supposed to be in the 50s. It's almost 50 now. Not real warm yet, but it's getting there. This is the nicest day we're gonna get. We gotta get some stuff moved around. We gotta make some room for some seed in this shed, get the corn planter out, get it in the shop so we can start working on it, and just kind of move things around today, get things ready. It's supposed to rain the rest of the week, so this is kind of our chance to get some things done. So first thing I've got to do, I've already moved a few things out. As you can see, I got those tractors out of here, forklift out. This 8430 that we run on the corn planter needs some new batteries. We knew they were getting weak last fall, and we didn't want to put new batteries in it just for them to sit all winter. So we parked it here, and they won't even charge up enough to get it started. So we got the new batteries over in the shop. I'm gonna grab them, bring them over here, and see if we can get them swapped out. All right, in the spirit of dead batteries, we have another dead battery. I was gonna throw those batteries for the 8430 in the back of this truck and move them to the other shed, but this has a dead battery also. We have one battery charger and two sheds, and the battery charger is always in the opposite shed that it needs to be in for the current job. So walking across the yard again, gonna go grab the charger. So we're gonna let that charge a little bit and see if we can get these old batteries out in the meantime. Whoa! All right, there's a raccoon in there. Had a heart attack already. There's a raccoon sitting on top of the batteries. There is a raccoon on top of the batteries.
Dead?
No, it's alive.
Take that sucker off. It's in there.
Is it in there?
It's in there. No?
No, it just jumped out. Went that way. It rode out on the 9410 when I pulled that out and jumped off the back and ran back in the shed. I didn't realize it would climb up in here. All right, we got that out of the way. Oh, the battery's dead.
Go back to the back.
Well, that'll wake you up in the morning. Was not expecting to see a raccoon. So I pulled the four-wheel drive tractor out, and a raccoon jumped off the back of it and then ran back in the shed. But I didn't realize that it would be hiding on top of the batteries. So yeah, had a small heart attack this morning, but oh well, we lived. Let's see if this thing, where am I going? Let's see if this thing will start now, and we can bring those new batteries over, get that thing running. There we go. I know it's dark and hard to see, but we got the batteries changed in the 8430, so that's ready to go. We're gonna move on to the next job. And the next job is unloading this fertilizer spreader that we just bought. Picked it up last Friday. We're actually gonna be using some urea this year, and we needed a spreader to apply it. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but we're gonna get this thing unloaded. We backed it up. We just hooked it up to a tractor and backed it up on here, but we've got a forklift on the back of the 4320. It's got a hole in one of the ends of the fork, so we're thinking we can just grab it and slide it off down the ramps. Everything should be good. So if you've been following the agriculture industry right now, you'll know that all of our inputs are up. Basically everything everywhere is higher priced than it should be. So nitrogen, fertilizers are probably the worst for that. So we actually got a line on some cheaper urea. We usually don't ever use urea. We normally use anhydrous or liquid 28% nitrogen, but this urea was a lot cheaper than everything else. So we decided to get some for our wheat and to kind of spoon feed our corn with. I've always kind of wanted to get into spreading our own fertilizer, just another way to save money. And this is kind of our first step into it. That's not a real fancy spreader. It's pretty bare bones, no bells and whistles. It's just a ground drive flat rate spreader, 40-foot wide, 8-ton, you know, nothing fancy. So it's kind of our first step in the door of doing our own dry fertilizer application. And from what I figure, 1 year alone of application costs on our farm will pay for that spreader for what I got in it. So I think it'll be an asset. I can also use it for cover crops. Last year we weren't able to use the air seeder for the cover crops because it was just too wet. And if I ever get in that situation again, I can get across the ground a lot easier with that spreader and just spread it on the top. All right, let's take a look at this thing. I haven't even really got a chance to look at it a whole lot. I just picked it up, brought it home, bought it on an online auction sight unseen. They had some pretty detailed pictures of it, and I was pretty confident that it was what they said it was. So yeah, 8-ton fertilizer spreader. The main thing I liked about this one is there's no gearboxes on it. The spinners are run off of a belt drive system. There's a shaft that goes all the way up the side here to the PTO, and then the floor chain runs off of ground drive chain clutch thing here. But no gearboxes to worry about. Those are expensive to replace. Overall, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. The one issue that we have is, and it was advertised this way, I don't know if you can see it, but that front wheel is bent out a little bit. These have torsion axles on them, and this arm right here is bent a little bit. So it shouldn't affect the performance of it or the operation of it, functionality, but I think we are going to want to get that straightened out or replace the axle, because this wheel, obviously being cocked like that, might wear out a little quicker, especially if we run down the road with it. But I think it'll work for what we're going to do this year anyway. Really clean. This is a better quality stainless steel box, so it's a nice spreader. I think it'll do the job. All right, so our plan is we're going to take this combine out, put it in the other shed, and then we'll have a little bit more room to work on the planter in here. So first thing I got to do is get the planter out, make room in that shed for the combine. I think we have a tire that likes to go down. Actually, we replaced one last year, so I just want to check tires, make sure they're not flat. Okay, tires are good. I do have some flat tires on the header trailer for the bean head over there. I'm gonna air those up, so I think we're gonna move that too. So, got my handy dandy battery powered tire blower upper. We're gonna see if that thing will work. It takes a while, but it beats dragging an air compressor over here. Not really sure why, but when this planter's in transport mode, the transport wheels raise super slow. So, not really sure why it's like that. So we're having issues getting the center section to go up. We have this issue every year. I think it might just kind of lose prime in the system after it sits for a while. So we decided to unfold it and try and get everything phased up right. See what happens now when he raises it up. That looks better. We're a little bit late to the game getting the planter out this year, but like I said, the weather just hasn't been very nice at all, and we don't have our heated shop yet, so this is as nice of a day as we're gonna get. And we put a lot of work into this planter last year, so it shouldn't need much. Just some cleaning up, check a few things, make sure everything's tight, and should be good to go. See if this combine will start. Oh, I bet I got the battery disconnect off. Yep. Now it should start, in theory. So this combine is still for sale since we got that new S670. This one is a 2010 model, 9670. It has 2,336 separator hours and 2,938 engine hours. So if anybody's interested in a nice combine, my email's in the description, so hit me up. We want to have this thing backed in here with the planter units up in the air, that way we can work on them. So put the stops in the back. We're going to try and set these jack stands on blocks here. Hopefully that's high enough, otherwise we should have some more higher blocks if we need them. All right, got the planter in here. Got enough room to walk around it, and should be good there. That makes backing stuff in really easy. All right, making some room in here. Next thing we got to get out of here is this guy. I'm actually selling it. I know I was really excited about buying this thing, but it just, plans changed and it's no longer needed. So bought this thing for a project and decided to go a different direction. So we're just gonna send it on down the road to the next guy, and we need it out of here because it's in the way. And now we're going to put this tractor away. And the final piece of the puzzle. Stick this tractor in, then we'll be good. So the concrete heaved up over here over the winter. It's pushing on the bottom of that door, so now it doesn't want to open very well, so that's nice. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. We got stuff moved around, got the planter in the shop so we can work on it, got some room in the shed, sort of, so that we can get some seed in there. I can't remember if I said it or not, but we got seed hopefully coming this week. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.